So today we're going to look at upgrading our shifter. And so we have this hybrid racing shifter here. Short throw shifter, which is adjustable as seen right here. Longer and shorter. Longer's in, shorter's out. So we're going to put this in our element. Now if you're not familiar, this is an EP3 Civic shifter that also works exactly in an element, just like it was made for it. So without further ado, let's get after it. We've got to do a few things. Dismantle the dash over here, take off this beautiful knob that we've got, which by the way, we offer these on the website, classicautomotivenc.com. Anyways, it's kind of having an issue there. Lots of glare because it's so shiny. That is a recycled skateboard deck shift knob. We do offer this. So first thing we got to do is pull off this center console here, the whole surround. Take that knob off, and then we'll pull this out, and we'll have access to our shifter then and our shift cables. And that's actually the hardest part of it, is right down here where the shift cables go into the bottom of the shifter. This is pretty easy to get in and out. It's just getting those turned so they'll unlock and then getting them turned back so they'll lock back in. That's the hardest part of this. Should take you about an hour max to do this. And then adjust it how you feel. You just want to adjust it so that the shifter feels good in your hand. And you also have another adjustment here so you can turn the shift handle so that it feels right, centered for neutral. So yeah, let's get after it, and we'll adjust this thing out and take video as we go. So generally speaking, I use this trim tool all the time. This is a Blue Point, PBF-T10. You can buy the Amazon version of this thing. I've got a bunch of these Blue Point ones because I use them all the time. Sometimes it takes two. You just kind of get under the edge here and then twist like that. Sometimes I have to do it on each side, so two-handed. Reasons I've got another one of them sitting right there ready to go. Pop it loose, and then we'll pull this up and take loose the hazard light switch here, and then the temp control here, and your radio actually stays in. And then anything that you had up here, like I have an ultra gauge, that sits right there, so I had to take that off and get everything else out of the way, get the shift knob off. But yeah, we'll unwire this, disconnect that, and disconnect this, and we'll be ready to go. Now with that center garnish out of the way, we can really see right down here. You see our 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the shifter. Our shift cables right there where they attach on. We've got 2 wire connectors. We'll have to kind of manipulate these right here. That's a wire there. Just push those out, and this will come right off. And then right below, hard to see, let's get a light on that subject, as my dad used to say, put a light on the subject. We've got to twist that black piece down there at the bottom, and that will allow these shift cables to come loose. So we twist down there, we disconnect here, and then twist down there, and then this cable will come out, and we'll do the same over there. And this will happen pretty quick. Sometimes those base pieces down there can be a pain, kind of pain to get loose. I use long needle nose pliers to twist them. Long, straight needle nose. Easiest way I found, but I do disconnect the top first. So get the cables loose first, then these 4 bolts, and the shifter comes out, and then we'll put our new shifter in. So let's go for it. Let's see if I can capture this on video. You spread these apart. Like that. Down just a little bit, and then pull back. And it's off. That's how easy those shift cables come loose from right here. Now we got to go down and twist that part down in there. I'm not going to get that on film, but I want to just see how easy it is to get these loose. Then you don't want that wire to come all the way off. It's a quick connect. When I put it back on, it just pops right back on. It'll be great. All right, so now you can see we've got those cables loose. The one on the passenger side is a difficult one. This one I just turned, it fell right out. It's just because there's not a ton of room to get down in there. And if you're doing it this way, the way that I'm doing it, you just got to keep playing with it until you get it clocked the proper way, and then ease it out of there, and then kind of tuck it up under like I did. And then we're going to take these 4 bolts out, and then we'll see what it looks like with no shifter in there, yeah? And these original bolts are 12 millimeter. I'm doing everything not with power tools today, because when I put these hex bolts in, I don't want to strip them out. And I know some people use impact on those. I don't, but I loosen all 4 of these. 12 millimeter. One of them was a little tight, but 1/4 inch drive got them out easy. Got them broken loose easy. So we'll get this last one out. Hopefully we don't drop it down in the dash. And now the shifter is ready to come out. So let's wiggle it out. And it will take some doing to get it past the console, especially one-handed, but completely doable. Let's switch hands with the camera here. And we're just basically getting around tabs. in the dash. There we are. All right, now there's your old shifter. All right. Didn't break anything. You never want to break stuff when you pull this stuff out, just in case you need to reuse it. Be gentle with it. Don't tear it all to pieces unless you're just the sadist and like buying parts that you already had to replace parts. Yeah. Never know when you might need one of these. This one's in good shape for the year. This one's in great shape. It was tight. So we're not replacing because this is worn out or anything. This is actually a real good shifter, so we'll save that for later. But let's look at this new shifter. So here we go. So hybrid racing. Again, we showed all the adjustability of this thing. And we've got a 6-speed in this, so not that we necessarily need it for a 6-speed. That stock 5-speed shifter was working just great. You know, when you buy a transmission kit from us, full swap, we do put detent and shifter springs in those transmissions. That is part of the 6-speed swap that we do. It's part of the process. So if you order one from us, it already has them in it. But yeah, let's get after putting this thing in. All right, so we've got the new shifter down in there. One thing I like to do is start all the bolts first before ever tightening any of them. So you see that's quite loose right there. And they are hex bolts, so we've got our, what do we have here? A 6mm hex. That's what it takes. And then I'm just gonna finger tighten them down just like this using the extension. All right, and I'll tighten them in an X pattern, but this doesn't really matter. Just gonna kind of get them finger or so tight. This one was a little, it's got a burr on the thread or something because I've gotten past it now. There we go. All right, so we'll do that one just snug. This one just snug. That one just snug. All right, and then we go off camera. I'll put the last bit of torque on them, but they don't have to be super tight. And then we're gonna hook up our cables. And that goes on a little faster than it is to get them off. You just got to get it lined up, turned, falls right into place, clock it, and boom, there you are. So that'll happen down there. And on these cables, there's a cam on that plastic part down there that goes into the slot here. You just have to line up the slot so it slides in and then clock it, and it's locked in. And that's all you really have to do. It's pretty cool down there. The first one of these I ever did a long time ago, I was like, man, I hope there's no locking mechanism down there. And there's not. There's no push tab. There's nothing else. You just turn it, and there it is. Rock and roll. All right, so you can see the bottom tabs are locked in now. Basically, I had them 45 degrees to what they are and got them in there and then clocked them this way so that they're locked in. Both sides are in. Didn't nearly take as much time to get them back in as it did to get them out. But yeah, now we're going to put the cables on. So let's see that. And because we left those wire connectors on there, that should be as simple as that. And then this one is bring it down to it. Get it lined up because one-handed here. And there you go. There we are. Now we are on. So let's see what we've got. All right. Neutral, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and reverse. So we got some adjusting to do because we're not all there. Sixth. Yeah, we're not all the way in reverse. So we got a little bit of adjustment to do. So let's get after that and see what we can make happen. All right, so our adjustment's been made, and it was not in the length of longer or shorter here. It really is in the orientation of this shaft, because as you turn this shaft, it moves the cable here, and we were hitting right there. So we don't need to clearance anything. We just actually had to move this around a little bit, and we're going to tighten this down now so that it'll stay in position. But make sure you go through all the gears before you tighten everything down. Make sure everything shifts smooth before you ever put anything back together. Because the last thing you want to do is get this thing all back together and then, oh, it won't go in reverse or et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, let's get everything tightened down. And what we're going to tighten down are these two set screws here. They're just loose enough for us to get the adjustment out of that. And then we'll make sure that our adjustment here for longer and shorter is tight. And yeah, we'll be ready to rock and roll and put the rest back together and take it for a drive. Now, just to be super clear, All right, so that there's no mistake here. I did shift through this a bunch of times, all the way through 6th gear over to reverse. I did it about 10 times, and then I noticed that this shifter kind of flopped back over to here, and it was touching here again. So I went back and made sure that I loosened and then retightened these together. So I tightened this one down, then I tightened this one down, then I tightened this one down, then I tightened this one down, and then I cinched this down, and I cinched this down. So it went down evenly and together. Make sure that you do it that way, okay? Go down together, because this is just aluminum. It'll break, and you don't want that happening. But yeah, we've got her in there ready to go. Well, let's put a dash back together. All right, now we've got it all back together, and let's see what we've got here. Let's find neutral, good and tight. Notice there's no slop. And I have this set to the longest setting. All right, 1, 2, 3, centers well. 4, 5, 6, reverse. And you'll see we're not encumbered here. Stock boot in effect. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, reverse. Yep, so that's it. So if you're wondering, well, I got a 6-speed in mind, I wonder if it'll work. Yeah, it definitely works. This is a proven thing. I'm not the first to do it or anything. We're not claiming that or anything like that. But yeah, definitely Hybrid Racing. They ran a good Black Friday sale. So we hopped on that, and glad to kind of pass it along. The ease of installation is fairly simple. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on any of the socials or here on YouTube. But yeah, that's it. Hybrid racing shifter into an Element. And sure, we can make it shorter than this, but it's not a race car. And that's pretty notchy. That's actually what I'm going for, is the notchiness of the feel, where I'm not wandering around. And our old shifter was good. Just really hits through those gears real well. So, any questions, feel free to reach out. Hope you guys have a great day.